Alright guys, so I got a new helicopter to show you all. It's a little tiny one, as you can see here. It's called the Ladybird. And this thing is tiny. Four rotors here, and the underneath you pretty much just have your battery compartment. It should just bind up and be easy to set up, but I'll do the transmitter settings. If they're crazy, I'll tell you guys a little bit about that. So with the Ladybird, came with this transmitter, the Walkera 2403 I believe it is. And they came in two separate boxes. The Ladybird's just in the small box. It also came with one battery. It's a single cell, don't know how many milliamps, but it's a single cell here. And this charger, which is just a USB charger, which can charge a battery on each side, so you can charge two batteries at once, which is kind of cool. Also came with a packet with the bind plug, some extra rotors, a CD. They were also late about my order. It took about 2 weeks to come in, and they sent me a little note saying sorry for the delay due to customs, here's a free little item. So they gave me a free voltage alarm. It'll buzz like when the voltage is bad, too low or too high. And then got some instruction manuals down here, but also we have this, which is a transmitter, I believe, to plug into your smartphone. And from there you should be able to control the helicopter through a smartphone app, so we'll try that too. So let's go ahead and charge it up and see how easy it is to fly, and we'll get the first maiden flight in here. Alright guys, so I was having a little trouble binding the Ladybird, and I found the information online. Their manual is pretty much all in Asian except for a little bit of English, which isn't so great. So this unit, which goes into your smartphone I believe, because I read online it also can fly off your smartphone, is also needed for your transmitter, because this is not a Devo transmitter. So you need to take this unit, there's an on-off switch, I'll turn it on once I plug it in here, and there's a discovery port on the back. I'm going to plug that into here. So I've just got it hanging off. They included a little piece of double-sided sticky Velcro. You can stick it onto the back of your transmitter if you want. So now we're going to go ahead and turn this on. Now you also had to get the bind plug out and put the bind plug in to the helicopter here. There's two places it seems to put it, but you put it in the one that's in the middle rather than on the corner. So we're going to go ahead and plug this in now. And then here we'll turn on the transmitter. And that stopped blinking like it's bound. This is still blinking. There we go. Now it's connecting to that. I think we might be connected now. Yep. Alright guys, so I got the Walkera 2403 transmitter with this extra little connector for the Ladybird. We're going to take it off and do a flight here. I've done one flight, and let me tell you, this is not going to go that good. I trimmed it out a little bit, but I might need more trim. But what I can tell you is it's very hard to keep a consistent height. This thing has very slow response communicating with the transmitter. So it's very squirrely. It's almost impossible for me here to keep it at one height. All the control inputs are delayed, so whenever I do something, oh geez, I just caught it, it flew in my hands. One thing about it is it can take a crash. I've had a couple small crashes like that. This time I caught it. Pretty durable, but the throttle here and the delay is just too much. I don't know if I could show you guys on camera what I'm doing while I fly, because I don't want to block the whole picture. I can't really look down, but the throttle is just, it moves so much. I just turned it off again. Alright guys, so my first impressions of the Ladybird, well, it technically flies okay, but the connection between the transmitter and the receiver are just horrible. Super slow to react, very, very jumpy throttle. You can't get the throttle to stay an even height. It's very slow to react. So my first impressions of this little guy are, don't buy it. I'm going to test it more. I'll test it with the smartphone, see if that's any fun. But honestly, I'm a good flyer, and this is as easy as a coaxial is to fly. And this thing's hard to fly. And it's not because of how advanced it is. It's because the communication between the transmitter and the Ladybird here are just so slow. Nothing reacts the way you want it to, like a good helicopter would. So I don't know if that's a helicopter fault or if it's the fault of this system we have for flying it, but you know, maybe if you had it just a standard Devo remote, it would work better. But as is, the ready to fly package they have with the Walkera 2403 and this extra thing you need to make it fly with this transmitter just does not work. It's just, this little thing inside should be as easy as a coaxial, and it's one of the hardest helicopters I've had to fly because of the poor communication. So that's my first initial review. I'll get another review if I do more testing. I'm going to test it with a smartphone later. But my first initial review of this, guys, is skip it. I'm very not impressed with the communication between the heli and the transmitter. So anyways, guys, that's the review of the Ladybird, and we'll see you guys next time.